When you think about mountain bike jumps that have been built with pallets, most people think of janky structures like this or this. But today, I'm going to change that by challenging myself to build a kicker that looks like it's been bought from a shop out of these two pallets. If all goes well, I'll leave the plans in the description so you can download them and build your own. Who knows, this could be the start of your very own backyard bike park. My name's Luke, and I've been building mountain bike trails in my backyard for a couple of years now, but I've never built a kicker out of pallets. And that's because there are a number of reasons why you shouldn't build mountain bike features out of pallet wood, and only one reason why you should. Pallets are free. To get my hands on these bad boys, I simply searched free pallets on Facebook Marketplace, and there were plenty of options to choose from. Alternatively, you could also try your local hardware, tile shops, or even the grocery store. They are usually free because most pallets are built to be single use, which means shop owners can't reuse them and they have to throw them away. So they're usually happy for you to come and pick them up. But because they are single use, pallet wood is the lowest quality you can find. This means that strength will be a major issue and they are not suitable for public mountain bike trails. You may get lucky and find a hardwood pallet, which will be a lot stronger than the pine ones I have. You can see one of my boards is already broken. Now I need to pull the pallet apart so I know how much wood I have to work with. Breaking down pallets can be annoyingly difficult, which is another reason their wood isn't often used. Can you see the twist? Pallets use special nails that are hard to remove without damaging the wood. Simply prying the wood or hitting it with a hammer can cause the wood to split or break. Crap. The best free method I found is with a couple of pieces of scrap wood and a hammer. I prop the pallet up on a piece that is slightly taller. That way when I hammer down, the scrap wood pushes up on the board with even pressure. You'll notice that I'm hammering a second piece of scrap wood. That's to avoid damaging the pallet. That worked perfectly, the board didn't split at all. Now for the rest. There's an even easier way to break down a pallet, and that's with this tool that I just ordered from Amazon. It's called a pallet buster, and once I got the hang of it, it was actually pretty quick. A big part of breaking down pallets is removing the nails. Trust me, you do not want one of these poking out and puncturing your tires, or even worse, yourself. Alright, breaking down pallets sucks. That was a lot more annoying than I thought it was going to be, and the quality of wood in that second pallet was atrocious. And I broke way more boards than I thought I was going to. But have a look at this pile. I think I've got enough wood to build the kicker. So now I'm going to measure it up and I'll get designing on my laptop. After pulling both pallets apart, I have 10 thinner slats, 4 slightly wider slats, and 6 stringers. The stringers are the thickest and strongest pieces of wood, so I plan to build the structure of the kicker with them. With a limited amount of wood, this was going to be a bit of a jigsaw puzzle, as I tried to balance structural strength and the size of the kicker. I wanted as little waste as possible. In the end, I came up with this design, which should be strong enough as well as provide some fun airtime. Yes, stoked with those designs. Now I'm going to transfer it to the wood and cut it to size. So that everything lines up properly, I need to be as accurate as possible. I'm using a circular saw, but you may be able to get away with a hand saw. Can you see the smoke coming off the saw? That's not what you want, and it's because I'm using a dull blade that needs to be replaced. This is all the wood for the support. I'm not sure how accurate my cuts were, so I'm a little bit nervous to see how well it joins together, but only one way to find out. Puzzle time. If I did it correctly, this should be a pretty easy puzzle. Yes, how good does that look? I'm using timber screws to hold it all together, and to stop the wood splitting, I'm pre-drilling every hole. These longer screws will be perfect to hold this joint together. Alright, it's looking awesome, but honestly, I cooked it. I made a mistake. Can you see what I did wrong? These vertical supports, I put them on the same side for both triangles. So I'm going to need to fix that. It was pretty easy. All I needed to do was unscrew the legs and put them on the other side. Nice, that looks much better. Now that I've got that fixed up, you may be wondering how I'm going to attach this to this. I'm going to use one of these thinner planks as a wooden gusset plate. But first, I need to trim it down to size. It's junk. By placing it on the inside, you won't be able to see it when the kick is complete. That'll do it. I'm going to screw 2 of these thicker boards to the front, and that should remove any sideways wobble. I'm cutting the top slats of the pallet in half. This means the kicker will be 58 centimeters or 22.8 inches wide. At this width, the planks only need to span approximately 40 centimeters, and when grouped together, they should be plenty strong enough. I've cut one of the decking boards to fit underneath. So I'm going to sit that over the top. That way I can just screw straight down into it. We can call it a day. You know what? For a bunch of used pallets, this has turned out way better than I was expecting, and it's actually pretty strong. I'm tempted to ride it right now, but there's one more thing I need to do for added durability. Pallet wood does not last long out in the weather. Water seeps in and it will begin to rot really quickly. If this was left outside for a couple of months, the next time you go to ride it, there's a good chance you'll crash right through it. Oh shit. To make it last just a little bit longer, it's best to treat the pallet wood for outdoor use. To do that, I'm covering mine with exterior paint. You want to make sure you paint all the exposed areas, even the hard to reach places. What do you think of the colours? Because honestly, I hate them. At least it's finished and I can test ride it, but before I do that, let's quickly give away a cutlaps t-shirt. The winner from the last video is 29er for life, who left this great comment. I've got another one of my t-shirts to give away, and to enter, all you need to do is simply like, subscribe, and most importantly, leave a comment down below. Nice. Now let's test this kicker. Oh yeah! Hell yeah, the kicker is awesome and I'm so stoked with how well it turned out. And if you enjoyed watching this, then click this video where I turn a fallen tree into a boner log. I want to go even bigger off this, so I'm going to keep practicing and I'll catch you legends in the next one.